baby on the beat.
You are now tuned in to the Red Spot Podcast. Give me more of that.
What's good, man? It's Sunshine Beats. It's the Red Spot Podcast on location. And before we get into it, hit the like, the follow, and the share button for me. And because you know this is going to help me to continue to bring you all these types of videos. And if you plan on donating or you're looking to be a sponsor, hit me at redspotpodcast@gmail.com and somebody will get back to you. So let's get into it. So check this out. I'm not the type person to get into conspiracies and all that, but lately we've been seeing news that a lot of people who have certain security clearances and people who were involved in certain things that allegedly involved unidentified flying objects and all of that type of stuff. These people have been coming up unalive in mysterious ways. So I don't know if there's something to that or if it's just coincidence or whatever, but there are a lot of other people who have those same type of security clearances that kind of feel a little bit uneasy about the situation. Now, normally, if there was nothing to really worry about, if it was just somebody that was just putting something out like that, people wouldn't be that shook up over it. But there are a lot of people who are actually shook up over it. There was one guy, he got on social media that I know of, and he talked about it. And my man even said, he let everybody know that he's totally sane, he's not suicidal, and none of those other things that they usually claim that somebody did to themselves or something happened to them. As the plot unwinds, it gets more crazy and more crazy. Now, I personally have never seen anything outside of an airplane in the air. And a lot of the times, people, because you haven't seen anything outside of that, it make it kind of hard to believe. But I do believe that there are other beings, but however, I don't necessarily believe that they are aliens. But I do believe that there are other beings that exist that may be principalities or maybe over the powers that be. After all, where are they getting all this technology from? Now, anybody that knows me know I have always been into science and things like that. So things like that is like right up my alley. But, you know, this is getting a little weird. You would think by now that if there were anything that the government was so-called covering up, that there would have been a whistleblower by now that would have put it all out there. But the problem with this situation is this. You got so many different things going on and there are so many different distractions, and it's hard to tell what's a distraction and it's hard to tell what's reality. I do know that there are a lot of people saying that this is right on schedule and that they're probably going to come with an even bigger distraction in order to make everybody get on the same page. And I'm expecting that to happen because otherwise, how else is everybody going to feel obligated to get on the same page, especially when you're dealing with government? Nobody wants to deal with the government. I don't know a motherfucker that want to deal with the government. I definitely don't. There are a lot of people who are speaking out, eyewitnesses, different things like that. Now, I'm almost positive that some of these eyewitnesses that are not authorized to say anything probably gonna come up missing. And if they don't come up missing, somebody may take an attempt on their lives. There are people doing things now that would be considerably bold. And you start to ask yourself a question like, how are these people able to get in these places in which you need security clearance in order to get around these people, in order to assassinate people or to attempt to take people out? And, you know, over the years in this country, of course, this country's had its share of assassinations and assassination attempts, my bad. Of course, y'all seen Donald Trump. Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say somebody tried to assassinate him, but somebody did attend the dinner, and there was some shooting out there because I heard it on video. I seen the video. Unless there was some sound effects that they put in. You know, people are saying that everything is a conspiracy theory now. Nothing is real. Everything is AI or everything is made up. And that's what makes AI so dangerous, because it's hard to tell what's real and what's not. You know what I mean? But to me, it looked like those people getting the hell on out of Dodge when they heard gunshots seemed as real as fuck to me. I don't know about you. So a lot of people are saying that a lot of this shit is just distractions because, of course, Donald Trump needs to get out of hot water, especially since his approval rating is probably trash right now. And on top of that, I don't know what caused this man to get up and tell us so many different lies. But I mean, the American people don't know which direction to go. But I do know that a lot of these things that are put out because they're just simple distractions and people go for it. However, I do believe that there is some validity to it. There are a lot of people who believe the same thing. So that many people can't believe the same thing and it's not occurring. You know what I mean? There has to be something that people are all seeing. Like I said, I've never seen it before. I have looked through telescopes, and I mean, I have looked up every night. I've attempted to see things, but I have not ever seen anything. Matter of fact, I don't know nobody black who's ever seen anything. Now, I know it's probably going to be some black people out there who say that they have, but I personally don't know nobody black who's ever said they looked up in the sky and seen anything other than an airplane. The majority of the people that say that they've seen anything or that have had experiences, you know, unexplained experiences involving UFOs and different things like that, these people are usually all Caucasian or some other nationality. But I mean, I know it's probably some black people that say that they have, but I just haven't. Okay, but we're going to get into some videos to see what people are saying that they saw and to see if we could tell if some of these people are telling the truth or if some of this shit is just, you know, them just out there trying to get some likes and get some people to come to their social media pages. Let's check it out.
Police are searching for a retired Air Force general who vanished in New Mexico. William McCaslin went missing last month. Members of Congress are warning this could be a national security issue. The general was involved with the Pentagon's most advanced aerospace research. He oversaw a classified space weapons program. McCaslin was in charge of the Air Force Research Lab at a base in Ohio. It's rumored that base holds extraterrestrial debris from the Roswell crash site. The general was tied in with the UFO community. A source told the New York Post the general was a gatekeeper for anything UFO related in the Air Force. He retired due to mental fog, but investigators say he's still highly intelligent and capable. McCaslin was an avid hiker. His wife last saw him leaving with a backpack and a .38 revolver. No phone, no glasses. He disappeared 6 days right after Trump announced he was releasing the UFO files. And he's not the only one. 8 months before the general vanished, a rocket scientist who worked under him years ago also went missing. She was hiking in California with 2 other people. They saw her smiling and waving 30 feet behind them. When they turned back again, she was gone, vanished in plain sight. They searched for days and couldn't find any trace of her. This is a very, very strange situation. And 11 days before the general disappeared, another scientist was shot dead on his porch. Carl Grillmar was known for discovering signs of water on a distant planet, and he was gunned down in California. Freddie Snyder was later charged with his murder. He has a rap sheet, but was let out of jail by a Newsom-appointed judge weeks before he allegedly killed the scientist. We still don't know his motive. And we don't know if these cases are even connected, but this many top scientists getting killed or going missing in just under a year looks like a major red flag.
My name is Jeffrey Nusatelli. I'm a former military police officer with 16 years of active duty service in the U.S. Air Force. I'm here today because the American people have both the right and the responsibility to know the truth about unidentified aerial phenomenon. That truth remains hidden, classified and silenced by fear, retaliation, stigma, and confusion. Today, we are here to help break that silence. Between 2003 and 2005, 5 UAP incidents occurred at Vandenberg Air Force Base, home to the National Missile Defense Project, a top national security priority. At the time, we were conducting launches deemed by the National Reconnaissance Office as the most important in 25 years. These were historic launches. These facilities were vital, and they were repeatedly visited by UAP. Each incident was witnessed by multiple personnel, documented, investigated, and reported up the chain of command. We sent information up, but we got no guidance down on how to handle these events. I personally witnessed one of these events and investigated others as they occurred. 6 other service members have provided me with the information that I will share with you today. The incursions began on October 14, 2003, when Boeing contractors reported a massive glowing red square silently hovering over 2 missile defense sites. After several minutes, it drifted further east onto the base and vanished over the hills. This event, now known as the Vandenberg Red Square, was referenced by Representative Luna at the first hearing on this topic. Official Air Force records of this event are in possession by Aero and the FBI. Later that night, while I was on duty, security guards at a critical launch site reported a bright, fast-moving object over the ocean. I responded to the incident. Chaos ensued over the radio as the object approached rapidly. I heard my friends screaming, "It's coming right at us, it's coming right for us, and now it's right here." Moments later, I heard them say that it had shot off and was gone. When I arrived on scene, I talked to 5 shaken witnesses who described a massive triangular craft larger than a football field that hovered silently for about 45 seconds over their entry control point before shooting away at impossible speed. About a week later, another patrol reported a light over the ocean, behaving erratically. Believing it might be an unannounced aircraft, they declared an emergency, and an armed response force responded. Before the forces could arrive, the object descended and either landed or hovered on our flight line, and then took off again at impossible speed. The witnesses to this event were threatened and intimidated afterward. They were told to keep quiet and think about what they were reporting. After that, things did get quiet until about 2005, when another patrol reported a massive triangular craft larger than a C-130 silently floating over the installation. He watched it for a few minutes. It traveled west and disappeared into the night. And then I had my own encounter, again in 2005. I was off duty, sitting in my backyard with 2 other police officers when we noticed what first appeared to be a satellite in orbit, but it wasn't acting like a satellite. The light was strange, it was pulsing, and then it started to maneuver. It dropped in elevation. At times it would vanish from view and reappear in a different location in the sky, and eventually it reappeared 200 feet over my house. It was a 30-foot diameter sphere of light. My friends and I watched it for a moment, and then it gently accelerated and traveled up and disappeared into the stars.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, some of these videos are convincing as hell, okay? I mean, I can't necessarily say that it's AI, and I can't necessarily say that there's some type of video filters or something they're using, but a lot of these videos do look authentic. And I think that the American people are ready to know what's going on, but at the same time, I think that it would cause a lot of chaos. There's already a lot of chaos and uncertainty as is, so I think that right now, something like that, a bombshell like that, man, especially if there's a lot of evidence to say that it's real, that's gonna cause a whole lot of crazy shit to go on. And a lot of people are not going to have any idea what to do next. A lot of people are going to be worried. People are going to have anxiety. Some people are going to be excited. I mean, you're going to get a bunch of weirdos. It's just going to be a melting pot of craziness going on if they were to drop that information officially. Yeah, but I'm here for it. Straight up, I'm here for it. I want to see exactly what goes on when they give people the rundown about the things that they allegedly know. Now, there are also a lot of people who are affiliated with our government, such as people who work in NASA and different places, different organizations. And a lot of these people have been speaking out lately. And actually, I thought that was a strategic idea, because when you think about it, if you go ahead and you start speaking out now, it kind of puts it out there, and then they're saying things like, they're not crazy or anything like that, or there's nothing wrong with them, or, they're not thinking about committing suicide or anything like that. And they're pretty much giving us a heads up, and it's also letting everybody know that they are, truly in fear of what could possibly happen.
You are now tuned in to the Red Spot Podcast. Give me more of that.
Every woman with curves should be bold, fierce, and move with confidence. And if there's a statement to be made, she made it. Shop the Lux Collection, an online boutique that caters to voluptuous women. Visit theluxcollection22.com and get 15% off at the checkout. Just put in a promo code TEH, that's T-E-H. Don't miss out.
Good, man. We back. Check this out. Listen, if you are looking for some merch, I see the merch. All right. If you're looking for some of the merch, Red Spot Podcast, all you got to do is hit me up at redspotpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what you're looking for, and we got you. We're going to get it out to you. Anyway, y'all, let's get back to it. Now, what I was saying is there's a whole lot of conspiracy theories going on right about now, and it's not just things with aliens and spaceships and shit like that, but it's all types of other conspiracy theories too. Things that people have been talking about for years and that we've had evidence for, but every single time we speak of the evidence, they turn around and tell us that, it's not really any evidence. We didn't see what we thought we saw. Kind of like the Men in Black or some crazy shit like that. There's a lot of strange shit going on, man. Y'all got to be careful out here. When the weekend come, man, people lose their mind. I don't know what be wrong with people. I guess they think because it's the weekend that means drive fast and tear your shit up. Apparently, that's what it means to them. I think that it's cool at this point for the American people. Yes, sir. Yes. Lock they asses up. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, y'all seen it real time. That's why I love to be on location, okay? Somebody felt the need to flex that monster card. Now they are about to get flexed on by the monsters in blue. Police monster. Pull over. Get on the goddamn ground and don't fucking move. There's a lot of things that people need to be aware of. There are conspiracies where, there are a lot of missing children every year, and those children are not accounted for. And there are a lot of different conspiracy theories involving that. I don't really want to get into that right now because that is quite sickening. But again, we can't ignore the fact that these things do happen, and that, we are seeing what it is that we think we see. It's not that we think we see children missing and they're really not. No, the numbers are staggering. There are children missing all over the world.
Stuff. And adrenochrome, the way it's become, it is, as you were saying, it connects to all of the different conspiracy theories because it's a grab bag of the greatest hits, right? It's got pedophilia, it's got satanic rituals, it's got blood rituals, immortality, like satanic panic and Hollywood elites. It's got everything.
It's a good one.
It is, yeah.
Let's add some context to it. In this world, the conspiracy theory is Hollywood, liberal elites, and Hillary Clinton are murdering children in ritual sacrifices, harvesting the chemical compound from human children, drinking their blood to ingest adrenochrome because it has some sort of elixir of life properties. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're telling me it may not be true.
I remember one case where they found the young man that was rolled up in the gym mat behind the bleachers in the gym. I know you all remember that.
It's the second time Jacqueline Johnson cried next to her son Kendrick's grave. The first time he was being lowered into the ground. This time he's being pulled out of it.
Did you ever expect that you'd have to exhume his body?
No, I didn't expect to have to bury his body.
In June, Kendrick's body was sent to Florida. The Johnsons hired Dr. Bill Anderson to conduct an independent second autopsy. In that autopsy, Anderson told the Johnsons he'd found evidence that Kendrick died as the result of a blow to the neck and not accidental asphyxia after slipping into a rolled gym mat at school, as investigators in Georgia had said. But what Dr. Anderson did not find shocked them.
When we got the body for the second autopsy, that organs, the heart, lungs, liver, etc., were not with the body.
The brain?
The brain, they were all absent.
Every organ from the top of Kendrick's head to his pelvis gone, and his family had no idea.
We have been let down again. And when we buried Kendrick, we thought we was burying Kendrick, not half of Kendrick.
I'm not sure at this point who did not return the organs to the body, but I know when we got the body, the organs were not there.
So CNN contacted the two entities that had custody of Kendrick's body and access to his organs: the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which conducted the first autopsy in January, and Harrington Funeral Home, which the Johnsons chose to embalm and prepare Kendrick's body for burial days later. A spokeswoman for the state tells CNN after its autopsy, the organs were placed in Johnson's body, the body was closed, then the body was released to the funeral home. State investigators say it's their normal practice, but what happened after his body arrived at the funeral home was anything but normal.
What was in the place of the organs?
Newspaper.
Newspaper.
Dr. Anderson showed me the pictures of Kendrick's body he'd taken during the second autopsy.
It's a Black Friday ad, JCPenney ad.
Yes.
Stuffing that newspaper in like it was a garbage can inside his body.
So this just goes to show you that there are a lot of complicit people within these types of crimes and different conspiracies that are going on too. So you just never know. It could be people that you work with. There could be people around that you thought that you've known for years. And there is no telling what people are doing. There's a lot of witchcraft taking place, you know, and I'm not going to go into that simply because I'm just not going to give it life. You know what I mean? To each their own, but that's not something that I want to go into. There's a lot happening in Congress. There's a lot happening right now all over the world, and there are different reports of different unidentified flying objects in other countries as well. So it's not like it's just here in the States. So let me know what you think about this in the comments, okay? Because I'm still kind of perplexed about it. I don't know that these would be necessarily called aliens, but I do know that they're getting their technology and the things that they know from somebody, okay? There's a lot going on. Just looking at the video, because right now, y'all, I'm just looking at this video where, you know, the gunman came in and he was supposedly, I'm guessing, trying to get to Donald Trump. I don't know. And then they stopped the gunman in the lobby of the Washington Correspondents' Dinner. And the way this guy ran across the camera was eerie as hell. I mean, my guy sprinted so fast across the camera. That was crazy. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of weird shit going on, man. You got to pay attention out here. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments about this, man. Because we got to get to the bottom of it. Ain't no telling what the hell these people are doing. Because I know if people being unalived and, you know, we can clarify and verify that those things actually happen, there has to be a reason behind it. And there has to be somebody behind it. So we need some answers, because we don't want them to start coming and getting people that don't got security clearances. You know what I mean? I ain't saying that they, you know, I'm not condoning some shit, but I'm just saying, you know, we don't want to be on the receiving end of none of the bullshit that they got going on, you know what I mean? But anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. That'll be easy. Yep.
You are now tuned in to the Red Spot Podcast. Give me more of that.